everyone. This is my review of Charlie Puth's Pop Songwriting and Production Monthly class. In this video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you what it's like to take a monthly class with Charlie Puth, and then also talk about some of the pluses and some of the minuses, and help you to see whether or not this course is for you. So let's get started. Alright, so Monthly is a online learning platform that helps you to learn skills in a month. 30 days, exactly. And Charlie Puth, as we all know, is a pretty well-known singer-songwriter, and in this course, he takes you through the 30-day process, and by the end of it, you're going to have 2 finished songs. He himself will walk through his own process of creating 2 songs, and you'll follow along and create your own songs. So, the first song is the Charlie Puth Fundamentals. Charlie dives really deep into how he creates a song literally from scratch, from nothing to final product. And then the second song is the, quote, uncomfortable song, where Charlie pushes his boundaries and does things that are a little bit uncomfortable for him and then encourages you to do the same. So the way that this course works is that everything is broken down into step-by-step, bite-sized pieces. So you have 30 days to complete the course. But it's not like they throw 30 days worth of learning material at you and then tell you to just get things done. No, no, no. They break it down into pieces. So the first song, you have 20 days to finish, and then the second song, you have 10 days, because by now you have learned all of the fundamentals that you need to get through a song. So actually, here's the 30-day plan. There's a pre-class section, so before the class officially starts, everybody starts at the same time, but before the class starts, you have your welcome video, you have a video about tools and equipment that you need to get, some music theory stuff if you need a refresher, and then some music software training as well. And then on day 1, from day 1 to 19, you get started with the end-to-end songwriting and production. And this is where Charlie goes through his entire process, creates a song right in front of your eyes from scratch in a series of videos. And the schedule will tell you when you should watch each video, when you turn in assignments. That's what these lightning symbols stand for. And then the heart symbol stands for feedback. So you give feedback on your peers' assignments, and they give feedback on yours. You're actually assigned 2 or 3 peers every time you turn in the homework assignment, and they are assigned 2 or 3. Everybody's assigned 2 or 3 people so that everyone is covered. And then at the end of the first section, the second section opens up. So one thing that I love about Monthly is how everything is so structured. The steps are laid out for you, and in order to avoid overwhelm, they don't even let you see the entire course, all of the videos, from the start. So it isn't until you've gotten past day 19 that they release the second part, days 20 to 30. And this is where you do the uncomfortable song. Again, you're going to see Charlie Puth create a song from scratch, and he's going to push his own comfort zone and try to do something that he's not familiar with and talk through the process as he's doing it on screen. You get to see him actually working through the song. You get to see what his screen looks like. You get to hear him singing into his microphone and adjusting the sounds and adding and taking away instruments and ideas. So you get to see what it's like to go behind the scenes, how the creative mind of Charlie Puth works. And that's basically the summary of how the structure of the course works. Let me take you behind the scenes so you see what it looks like when you actually sign up for this class. So the class home section shows you today's tasks. It'll show you what video you need to watch, what assignments are due. It'll show you what's coming up as well. And then you go to curriculum. This shows the 3 sections of the class: the pre-class, days 1 through 19, part 1, and then part 2. And when you click on this plus button, it opens up to show you what the videos are in what order, and then what the assignments are. Now, these are all grayed out because I've already gone through the class and I've finished all of these videos and assignments, but yours is going to be much brighter. And then when you finish the lesson and you submit it, or when you finish watching the video, it'll gray out the way that mine is. Then we have your learning path, which is the section where it shows what you've been doing as a timeline. So what videos you've watched and then when you've submitted assignments, that sort of thing. The final tab is your peer group. And this is where you can see who else is in the class with you and what they've been up to. So whenever somebody posts an assignment, it'll pop up in the peer group. They can leave comments next to their assignments. You can leave comments underneath it. You can like and And you can add photos and even video comments if you want to, and other people can do the same for you. There's also this little bell icon up here, which will notify you if you have any new comments or interactions. So that's what the course looks like behind the scenes. And let's talk a little bit about the pluses and minuses of taking this course. So I would say the biggest benefit of taking the monthly course, there's 3 of them. Number 1 is, I would say, the structure. So you have exactly 30 days to complete, in the Charlie Puth class, 2 songs. But monthly also has other classes by other creators, and they structure their projects differently. This is not my first rodeo, I've taken quite a few monthly classes, and I'm planning to take several more because this is the best online platform I have found for learning music production, or really for learning almost anything actually. Because here's the thing, a lot of times people take online classes and then they spend a lot of money, but then they don't do anything with it. The thing about monthly though is because you have that deadline, you have those 30 days, you have those steps laid out, and it's like, oh, day 3 you have assignment part 1 due, day 5 or day 6 you've got the second part of the assignment due, day 9, and you know that your peers are counting on you to get feedback and to give feedback. That gives you a sense of accountability and structure and motivation to actually do something with the course that you have bought. And that's very rare. Not many online courses do this or do it as effectively as monthly does it. Monthly is very single-minded and very focused on exactly what it wants to accomplish, which is, in the case of Charlie Puth, by the time you finish this course in 30 days, you will have completed 2 finished songs. That's a guarantee. If you follow the plan, if you do the work, you will have this complete project, or these 2 complete projects that you can share with your friends and show off and post on Instagram or whatever. And I would say that's a major number 1 benefit of taking a class with monthly. The second benefit is the peer feedback. So it's nice to have classmates who interact with you, and the way that monthly is structured, it actually, that's part of the assignment, is that you give feedback and they give you feedback as well. You're assigned peers to comment on, to listen to their work. And you can also, comment on other people's work as well. You can go to the peer group section of your course and listen to other people's work. And I enjoy doing that, hearing what everybody's up to. Because here's the thing, whenever you're in a group with other learners, you learn from each other. There are going to be some people who are more advanced, and there are going to be some people who are a little behind you. And you can learn from both types of people, because the people who are more advanced can listen to you and give you feedback and help you to get even farther on your journey. And the people who are a little behind you, when you reach back and you give them comments, that causes you to think harder about their music, your music, what you're doing artistically, and actually teaching other people helps you to learn and retain information that much better. There's actually been scientific studies that show that teaching helps you learn. So I would say that the peer feedback is number 2 massive benefit of taking a monthly class. The third one is getting to see an actual professional who is really skilled at what they're doing create a project from scratch, literally from scratch. You get to watch Charlie Puth go from nothing on his computer screen to a finished song, and he goes through every single thought process and everything he is doing, how he's cutting sounds, how he adjusts the mixing, the mastering, the balance. I mean, a lot of it is above me. Like, I'm not a professional, so sometimes the stuff that he does is beyond my comprehension ability at the moment. But the nice thing about monthly is once you have taken this class, you have access to these videos for life. So you can always go back and rewatch the videos, and as you grow, when you rewatch the videos, you'll understand more the second or third time that you watch it. You'll be like, oh, I didn't catch that thing that he was doing the first time, but now I understand what he's doing and why he's doing that. So that's another major reason. So I guess that's like a bonus number 4 reason why I highly recommend monthly is you get to rewatch the videos, and each time you do, you learn more. So taking a monthly class is a long-term investment. Anyways, so I promised that I would also talk about some minuses. So the minus would be if you are not musically trained, if you don't have a background in music production and music theory, that sort of thing, if you absolutely know nothing about music, I would say try to get a bit of a foundation underneath you before the class starts. So, because Charlie Puth assumes that you know some basics of music and music production, and he just jumps right into it. So if you don't know how to create a chord, go and learn how to do that. Granted, there is in the curriculum, in the pre-class section, there is a very nice Fundamentals of Music Theory class, which is taught by Andrew Huang, who is another creator on Monthly, and I highly recommend his class as well. So even if you come with zero background, you can still take this class. Just give yourself more time, because you're going to have to be filling in a lot of background information. I would say that's one of the downsides, perhaps. Another one might be that, like, Charlie Puth goes into excessive detail, although this might be a bonus depending on how you look at it. For me, because I'm not quite as advanced as he is, a lot of the stuff he said went over my head, but I still managed to get enough of what he was teaching that I felt like I did grow and learn, and I want to come back and rewatch a lot of these videos in the future once I have even more production skills under my fingertips, and I'm sure at that point I will understand even more of what he was doing. That has been my experience with other people's classes on this platform. Like I said, this is not my first rodeo. I've taken, like for example, I've taken Andrew Huang's class, I've taken Blanks' class, and I would say if you're a complete total beginner, I would recommend starting with probably Blanks or Andrew Huang, and then moving on to Charlie Puth. He's also, I would say Charlie Puth is beginner friendly as well. But the more background you have in music, the more you're going to get out of it. And then after that, you can move on to the more advanced people like Kygo or Louis Bell or Ryan Tedder, all of these big names in the music industry. And if you're interested in other things, as I was scrolling through here, you can see that there's like filmmaking with Casey Neistat, engineering with Mark Rober, dance with Kyle Hanagami, and painting with Dahlia Kali, writing for musical theater with Pasek and Paul, who wrote, what is that? There was a musical that they wrote, Dear Evan Hansen, among others. So anyways, that's all I have to say about the Monthly platform. Do I recommend Charlie Puth's class? Absolutely, with 2 thumbs up. The only thing I would say is, like I said, the more background you have with music, the more you're going to get out of this class. But even if you have zero background, you're going to learn so much so fast. It's very much worth it. And when you take the class, don't forget to use the link that you see on the screen or in the description box below to get $20 off your first monthly class. And maybe I'll see you in a future class or hear you make music, like something like this.